Hey there everyone, it's Tuesday, September the 8th, about 4:23 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I'm traveling for business here, so forgive my poor video here in the laptop, but I'll try to do the best we can here. I wanted to talk to you guys about the action in the markets. As you guys know, gold has soared over $1,000 per ounce. As of right this moment, about $9.95 it's hanging around. So it's interesting, it's kind of dipped a little bit below 1,000. Maybe perhaps some profit taking. Things of that nature. Actually peaked at over 1,000 yesterday, as the market, globally wasn't closed for Labor Day. So one of the things I definitely want to talk to you guys about too was the fact that the equity markets, have been up as well. We went up about 60 points today on the Dow, finishing up about 9,500 or so. And of course, the big news is the dollar has finally gone below that magic 78 mark. On the USDX for the past several weeks. It's been trading it's channelized between 78 and 80 or so. We have finally broken down below 78. It was about 77.2 on the USDX just a few moments ago. So what does this all mean? Well, I think one thing is in the inflation, we all have been kind of worried about. I think it's starting to rear its ugly head. I really did not expect inflation to happen until pretty much later on in the year. I was thinking maybe perhaps November, December timeframe. My reasoning behind that was the fact that since March, as you know, the Federal Reserve has been printing gobs of money. They have been giving it to financial institutions, and of course they turned around and went to the Las Vegas casino, known as Wall Street. And they've bid up the equity markets from a low of 6,500 or so up to about 9,500 that is today. Certainly not on news of the economy, just pouring money into the equity markets, and that's really what's brought up the markets. So we've had a rise in the markets. The dollar, I think the market's been kind of wishy-washy about the dollar. Not sure, how to take this yet. Is the economy, is it really recovering? Is it not recovering? So it's been kind of channelized, but what I figured what would have happened was when we had that gold spike just a couple of days ago, last week, Friday, when it went from 950, 940 or so, and it jumped to about 980 to 990. To me, that was kind of a signal of a change for it to jump that quickly within one day. I really thought that was a signal that the Dow, that the equity markets, would start to go down. And we would also expect the dollar to begin to increase, because we basically have had the printing of the money funnel into the equity markets, right? And then, so I thought, because there's always that flight to safety, quote unquote, into the dollar, that they would take the money out of the equity markets and funnel it into the dollar. Well, I don't think that's happening, as pretty clear today. What I think is happening today is we're starting to see inflation. So now you see in the flight to commodities, you're seeing a run to gold, you're seeing the dollar decrease, which of course is causing an increase in prices such as oil. Oil has spiked today. I think what you're going to see now is, and there's no stopping it, because the decrease in the dollar, you're going to have interest rates go up. There's just nothing you can do about that. Foreigners are going to demand higher interest rates because the devaluation of the dollar, and they're going to want a better return since there's now more risk involved in investing in the United States securities and so on and so forth. So I don't know if this is a confirmed trend yet. We're going to have to watch this the next day or so, see how the markets pan out. But the fact that the dollar did drop below that 78 USDX mark, below that 78 psychological mark, and in fact we still have an increase in the Dow. To me, it seems like there might be a decent chance of inflation. Another note too, another thing that inflation does, it inflates the markets. You can have Dow of 12, 15K. Now, of course, that's in nominal terms. In real terms, since your dollar's worth quite a bit less, it may equate to a Dow today of maybe 8,000. So we may actually be, in real terms, decreasing our equities, but in nominal terms, they may actually be increasing, because we just have such an inflation of the dollar that it's going to go up just because of that. So let's watch the next couple of days. I don't know if this is a trend, that's setting in, but I think it definitely needs to be watched. Let's see if gold continues its rise above 1,000 and can hold that 1,000 mark. I think if it does, and the psychology has changed to where people are comfortable with buying gold above $1,000 per ounce, and we've got the dollar continuing to drop. We've got people selling off the dollar. I think inflation, there's just no way around it. I think that's what we're going to have, and you will see the markets go up. But remember, in real terms, it could actually be decreasing for you. So anyway, that's it for now. I hope you guys had a terrific Labor Day. This might be interesting, a very interesting week, and we'll definitely keep an eye out for you guys. Until then, please, again, subscribe to my videos, make comments, rates if you would. Again, I'm going to harp on 1207. Get your representatives behind 1207. I think it's extremely important. And there's a lot of people out there who say, well, if we audit the Fed, it's going to be scripted. It's going to be, the IMF may even run the audit for all we know. U.S. Treasury with all the Goldman Sachs people. It's just going to be just a dog and pony show. Well, what I think about it is it's going to bring awareness to what the Federal Reserve System is to a lot of people. A lot of people don't realize, of course, I know a lot of people out there know that the Federal Reserve System is not any more federal than Federal Express. It's a consortium. Sorry, I'm kind of tired today. Consortium of private bankers, and it's not sanctioned. I mean, it's sanctioned by government, in fact, under the Federal Reserve Act, but there's nothing federal about it whatsoever. And this lie about, oh, we want to keep it separate because of political reasons and so on and so forth. Give me a break. Prior to 1913, the passage of the Federal Reserve Act, the United States did just fine with small tariffs, and we had a small federal government. The state level and the local level is where the laws were made, and that's where people were, involved. People were involved at the local level, and that's where it should be. I think, the educational system, that you have this overarching NCLB, I think it's just pathetic. I think it should belong to the states, and let the states, vie for that. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here, but I definitely will update you guys tomorrow. Again, please rate, make your own videos, tell your friends about my channel, and let's see if we get the word out and see if we get more people aware of as to what's going on. Anyway, thanks again. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of the day.